daughters also happen to love seaweed, smoked salmon, and avocado sushi. Our daughter's enthusiastic eating habits are no surprise to my French husband, Philippe, but they still surprise me, because food fights used to be frequent at our house. Before our family moved to France and embarked on our unintended experiment with French food education, dinner time was parenting purgatory. Fries were my daughter's favorite vegetable. Anything green was met with clenched teeth. Whining stopped only when dessert appeared. Our daughter subsisted on the carbohydrate and dairy-rich diet that is the mainstay of North American families. Our standbys were Cheerios, pasta, and buttered toast. We considered goldfish crackers to be a separate food group. Sophie was a picky eater, right from the start. By the time she was 3, she had developed a fear of new foods that reminded me a lot of myself as a child. Anything objectionable on her plate would trigger her little crazy food dance, as we called it. Arms waving, eyes rolling. Sophie would whine, sometimes yell, and even jump up from the table to avoid being confronted with the fearsome food in question. Her somewhat quirky tastes didn't make it easy to avoid setting off this behavior. For example, Sophie didn't like vegetables, or anything white or creamy, cheese, yogurt, any sauce of any description, or even ice cream. And she refused to eat things that most other children like, including macaroni and cheese and sandwiches of any kind. In contrast, Claire, her younger sister, was our little Buddha baby, calm and contented. "You've won the lottery," our midwife told us on the day she was born. While Sophie specialized in 20-minute naps, but only while being walked in the stroller or snuggled in the baby carrier, Claire would enjoy lazy 2-hour siestas and still sleep for a blissful 10 hours at night. And she ate almost anything. That is, she would eat almost anything until she started behaving like her older sister. This gave me a serious case of parental performance anxiety, combined with a good measure of guilt. You see, my husband's friends, parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and other sundry and assorted relatives all expected our daughters to eat like French children. And French kids eat everything, from fruit salad to foie gras, spinach to stinky blue cheese. They eat things most North American kids, and some of their parents, would never dream of eating, like cardoons. Don't worry, I'd never heard of them either. They also regularly consume things that most of us wish our kids would eat, like salad. I have seen my French nieces and nephews greeting radishes with as much delight as popcorn. I have witnessed 3-year-olds devouring seafood of all sorts, and toothless babies sipping everything from bechamel sauce to vegetable bouillon. Some have even more exotic preferences. Didier, who would cheerfully savor la langue de boeuf, beef tongue, or little Fabrice, whose favorite food was museau à la vinaigrette, pickled pig snout, or baby Claire, who gummed her daily ration of Roquefort cheese with obvious delight. Now, French kids don't eat this way because of some genetic predisposition for liking exotic foods. Just like kids anywhere, their favorites include things like pasta, potato chips, chicken, and chocolate, but that's not what they usually eat. As amazing as it may sound, French children love all kinds of foods, and most of what they eat is healthy. True, you might find the rare French child who has an aversion to specific foods, cauliflower, in my husband's case. But for the most part, French kids consume anything put in front of them. They eat in a straightforward, joyous, and all-embracing way that seems baffling to the ordinary North American. And everyone assumes this is normal, including the kids. This is, in fact, a junior version of the famous French paradox, which has had scientists scratching their head for years. In a nutshell, French adults spend twice as much time as Americans eating, and they consume foods like butter, pork, and cheese in apparently uninhibited quantities, yet are less overweight and very rarely obese, and have lower rates of heart disease than Americans. Yes, this is one of those unfair facts of life. The French, it seems, can truly have their cake and eat it too. The way French kids eat is equally paradoxical. French parents gently compel their children to eat healthy food. They expect their kids to eat everything they are served uncomplainingly. They ask them to spend